Did you ever wonder how it's possible to dream big, have ambitious goals, want to change your whole life, and yet still find yourself stuck on the sofa endlessly scrolling, procrastinating, and telling yourself, tomorrow I'll start? Imagine being deeply ambitious, but secretly battling that nagging laziness that keeps sabotaging your potential. Today, I'm revealing the shocking truth about ambition and laziness, and how you can avoid laziness, spark unstoppable drive, and actually take action, starting right now. If you want to unlock more practical tools to build discipline, beat procrastination, and transform your mindset, make sure you subscribe to the Growth Mindset Project and hit that bell so you never miss a powerful episode designed to help you grow step by step. Here's a confession. I spent years caught in an endless loop. Every morning I'd wake up tired, grab my phone, scroll for hours, tell myself I'd start tomorrow, and wonder why my life never changed. I wasn't broken, but every wasted day chipped away at my self-belief and my dreams. If you recognize this pattern, I want you to know you're not alone. And the truth about how to avoid laziness is probably not what you've been told. Listen carefully. The first real step is not to set sky-high goals and torture yourself with impossible standards. It's to lower the bar dramatically. Most of us fail not because we can't follow through, but because we never even get started. The pressure to be perfect, to launch a flawless business, nail a rigorous new routine, or produce incredible results from day one totally paralyzes us. We dream of massive change, but perfection kills momentum. Here's something powerful. It's momentum, not motivation, that changes your life. The science backs this up. Behavioral research shows that starting any task, whether it's going to the gym, writing, or even sending a single email, takes the most mental energy. Once you start, your dopamine system activates, effort feels good, and you begin to build motivation through action, not before. If you want to avoid laziness, make your first step ridiculously easy. Don't commit to a 60-minute workout, just put on your sneakers. Instead of writing 10 pages, just open a new document and jot a single sentence. Want to start eating healthier? Just drink 1 glass of water. Each tiny win lowers your resistance, builds momentum, and proves to yourself you can do hard things. This is how you retrain the mind from lazy to productive. Now, I really want to hear from you. What's one area of your life where you know you need to just take that first tiny step? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button if this resonates, and let's help each other avoid laziness together. The next key shift if you want to truly avoid laziness: focus on rituals, not routines. Most people rely on willpower, setting up rigid schedules and hoping they'll stick to them no matter what. But willpower is a fickle friend. Sooner or later, it runs out. Instead, rituals use cues and associations to create automatic productivity. For example, listen to the same playlist every time you sit down to work, or use a special mug for your morning writing. Set out your workout shoes by the door before bed, so you literally trip over them in the morning. Leave your yoga mat unrolled, waiting by your bedside. These intentional cues tell your brain, it's time for action. Over time, your mind starts linking these triggers to productive behavior, and you avoid laziness not by force, but by design. Think about how you wind down after work. If you get home and put on calming music, your body knows it's time to relax and recharge. If you associate your workspace with a specific scent, sound, or ritual, your mind shifts more easily into go mode. Designing easy automatic cues doesn't just make good habits easier, it makes laziness less attractive, less automatic, and less likely to win. Now, here's another overlooked reason people fail to avoid laziness: cheap dopamine. Modern life bombards us with endless micro hits: scrolling, snacking, binge-watching TikToks or Netflix. These quick rewards feel amazing in the moment, but drain your energy, focus, and drive. After enough cheap dopamine, real effort like reading, writing, or working out feels hard, even impossible. Avoiding laziness means breaking this cycle. Try a 24-hour dopamine reset. Turn off your phone, skip the junk food, ditch YouTube and passive consumption. Suddenly, the basics, walking, creating, even just having a conversation, start to feel rewarding again. After just one day, your brain feels clearer, cravings reset, and you notice how much of your so-called laziness was really just dopamine burnout. Want to take this further? When you cut cheap dopamine, fill the void with real rewards. Go get fresh air, move your body, have a real human conversation. Cook a meal from scratch. Focus on habits and activities that feel good afterward, not just in the short term. This is the real game changer in learning to avoid laziness. Rewarding yourself with progress, not with numbing escape. A quick reminder, if you haven't already, hit that like button, drop a comment about how you're applying these strategies, and don't forget to subscribe for more tools to avoid laziness and reach your goals. Every action inspires the next. Let's keep building momentum. Now let's talk about creating friction in the right places. If you want to avoid laziness, make bad habits harder and good habits easier. Start by keeping your phone in another room while you work. Don't check social media the moment you wake up. Protect your mind in those crucial first and last 60 minutes of your day. Want to curb endless scrolling? Log out of your accounts, disable notifications, or even delete distracting apps for a day. When it takes more effort to access your go-to lazy escapes, you'll do it less. You'll have more energy left for real progress. Something else that almost no one practices in this age of non-stop distraction: relearn boredom. We're terrified of being bored, but boredom is actually a reset button for your mind. Allow yourself 10 minutes a day. No phone, no music, no book, just silence and stillness. At first, your mind will rebel, but after a few days, you'll notice more focus, more patience, and bursts of creativity that would never surface while watching endless videos. Boredom isn't the enemy. It's the space where new motivation is born and where you really start to avoid laziness for good. Here's an underestimated technique. Celebrate effort, not just outcomes. After you finish a task, no matter how small, reward yourself. Go for a walk, stretch, write it down in a notebook. Small wins, when savored, release dopamine and retrain your brain to crave putting in effort instead of avoiding it. The more you purposefully notice, track, and acknowledge your growth, the more momentum you'll build to avoid laziness the next day. We're quick to shame ourselves for slip-ups, but rarely pause to celebrate progress. Flip that inner script. Acknowledge every step. If you find yourself getting sucked into the vortex of distraction, use the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself, I only have to do this for 5 minutes, then I can stop. This little hack beats resistance because your brain can't say no to something so small. Most times, 5 minutes turns into 10, 20, even an hour, because starting is the hardest part. Once you're in motion, it's easier to keep going than stop. Make this a core tool to avoid laziness. Whenever you feel stuck, just commit to 5 minutes. At the end of each day, practice a 3-minute review. Write down 3 things you did right. No matter how minor, this will shift your focus from self-criticism to recognizing progress. Progress, no matter how small, is the antidote to laziness. Your brain thrives on noticing forward movement. When you see yourself keeping promises to yourself, you build trust and energy to keep going. Here's the truth. You're not lazy because you lack ambition or capacity. Social media is engineered to capture your attention, not empower you. Algorithms prey on your dopamine system. It's not weakness, it's manipulation. To avoid laziness, you've got to reclaim your time, protect your attention, and reward real, effort-based growth. One tiny action at a time. Want more science-backed tools to avoid laziness and unleash your growth potential? Check out the other videos on the Growth Mindset Project. And if you haven't yet, Hit that subscribe and bell icon so you never miss another step on your journey. You owe it to yourself to see how far you can go, one small step at a time.